Hello, it's Slay the Princess, Episode 7. Part 7, Episode 7, 7. The 7th. And this time I'm gonna do something. Last time we saved the princess. And this time, I think I'm just gonna murder that princess real good this time.
You're here to slay her.
Yep. Time to die. Viva la revolution! Nope. Time to die, princess.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore him. He doesn't...
Blah, blah, blah. To the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is...
Blah, blah, blah.
...is your implement.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the prince.
Yes, it would be. Princess.
The door to the basement creaks open.
Thank you, probably doing a favor.
Up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Let's open calmly.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Oh, I will.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Maybe.
Focus on the task at hand.
Definitely.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Yes. No, why would you think that? Okay, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. No. Yeah.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
Because I can.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Well, this is kind of what I did the first time, isn't it?
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it...
Okay, let's just... Yeah.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling
Maybe
hands
no killing.
and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just... talk.
Yeah.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
I'm gonna manipulate her first, obviously.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Relationship? Oh! Yeah, pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
I have my reasons. Do you think I just can kill someone without knowing why? That'd be ridiculous. Do you know why? Well, you ask, so... You're supposed to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
Well, that's why.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of... monster?
Maybe.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so... dangerous?
No. Hoping you tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
Yeah.
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk.
The board game.
We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
A bit more of an ego this time when I asked that.
Again, she offers no specifics.
Baba, you said that. How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... Well, we can always put that knife to good use.
We could.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right?
Maybe.
She is. I'm sure of it.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Not really an answer, but okay.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
Yes, I have.
You know why you're here.
I do. Last time I yoinked her, so this time I guess I'll try letting her out again, but you know it's a little different.
Oh, you have to be kidding me.
Come on, it went okay last
Walk
time.
up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
Sturdy chains, just like my arms.
They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Possibly.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day.
Yeah, he said that already. The key, do you have any ideas besides cutting you out of here? Maybe I'll check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere.
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
Fair.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Well, that's greatly unpleasant.
Is someone else here?
Try. Return to the bottom, not even try.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
You've said that so many times
for
now.
whom? Easier for everyone.
Not her, that's for sure.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yep.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
Okay.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
I let her out last time and it was great. Save.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Similar to last time.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Yes, powerful.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world.
Oh, you better not do that again.
I just can't let her escape.
Better not control me. Don't.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Ooh, you're molesting me again.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Oh, you molester. Warner.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect.
Stop
it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of
here. You sound like a molester too. Stop resisting it. Stop it. Stop resisting me. Dirty.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
Good, thank you.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
I think we will.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
We could at least clap, seeing a nice neck slitting, we could clap.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark.
Far from it.
And you die. I hope it was worth it.
Yeah, I think it is.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Princess.
To slay her.
Deja vu, hasn't already happened. Okay, no. I died, what am I doing here? What's your tricks? Okay.
A warning. Before she will lie.
Blah blah.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Wink, yep, wink.
Did you just say wink out loud?
Yeah, that's great.
No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Oh, I will focus on her, alright. That wasn't like a sexual thing. I was saying, The
interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat.
Ah, nice.
More like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold,
like my dungeon.
Uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison.
Reminds me, could use a few more bars, but...
The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Ooh, an iron table. My nectar once again, huh? What's my nectar? You still don't know? You don't need to know.
The blade is your implement.
Blah blah. You didn't say anything about the mirror.
Definitely did not. Does a mirror not count as furniture of note to you? Because it should.
Yeah, sure.
There isn't a mirror.
Blah blah.
There's definitely a mirror.
Yep.
There isn't. I think you know what we have to do.
Yep.
Let's not get caught up in vanity, but we should definitely take a closer look. Whatever it is, he must not want us to know about it. Is this some sort of rehearsed bit? Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
Well, if we take the blade first.
You take the blade from the table. Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Go to the mirror.
Walk up to the wall next to the basement door. This really isn't funny.
Wipe it clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin.
You got me again.
You know how ridiculous you look right now, but it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old
Favorably,
harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Were we not the first?
Well, it was us, but you know.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
That's at least that's at least one more chain link. That's at least one more. That's the chain, like, you know, it's a little more secure. Just a little, you know.
Should we be worried about the one around her neck?
Yeah, it might be a problem.
Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier.
Yeah, well...
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Better not be for us.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Not sure I need to do much of anything. You see how locked up she is? Leave here, leave the princess. Sit.
You step towards the princess.
Not on that
but
side,
she
though.
stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Sit where I was told to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
Going to save you. My intentions? What do you mean?
Yes, your intentions.
Ah, yeah, I do have a knife
You
here.
have a knife. What are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
Yeah, maybe.
Right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
Insert head joke here.
Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
Yeah. What happened to you after I died? Wait, I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh? Are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
Ah.
So you've already been here. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
Maybe I shouldn't have let the narrator know. It's fine.
It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion.
Nah.
The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
Ah.
A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously.
Failing head and
You being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
I don't need luck. Maybe for the chains, but...
If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably. I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary.
I don't think it is.
And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic.
Pathetic.
I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
Okay.
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that. I won't. Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter. Yeah, sure. We'll see about that. Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Well, I'm not, but what happened?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them.
Huh.
And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
Well, I know the most, but yeah, you don't need to talk about me out here, and the me in there, and the you, and the you, and the other you, and the me narrator, and the you. How am I supposed to cut you out?
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me, and watch me work.
Alright.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting
She seemed
that.
pretty good with it, so you know.
She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't. Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you. Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us. So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
She gonna take off her jaw? That would be scary.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the pros?
Yeah, what are the
there
pros?
Are none.
Oh!
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Maybe. Who was that chain for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
I could.
Maybe it'll fit.
I would like if it fits.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Give me a weapon. I can leave on my own. The weapon. Cut her out. No. Gonna leave you here until you're not much affect anyone. Bye. Leave her. Okay, I'll trust you. You better not take off your jaw, because that's scary.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, remain rigidly in place. You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you? Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right?
That's fine.
Or he tried to take over your body.
What did he say?
Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you?
I'm not. I've died at least, 10 times.
A little.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor.
Don't remove your jaw.
The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Don't take off your jaw.
Thanks.
Don't you do it.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly, as she raises the blade to her throat.
Oh, okay,
What
good.
is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck. No.
I can do it. It's fine. Don't...
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck.
Good work.
I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that? Huh. So that's her play. Killing herself?
She
She isn't dead yet.
not yet.
Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder,
Ooh, that's cool.
and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back.
Put it back.
The princess's eyes stare up at you, dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
Yay!
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please?
The world is saved.
Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Reward? I forgot about
We
that.
should take her with us, don't you think? What? No, you shouldn't do that. Why would you do that? I can think of lots of reasons. A trophy, proof of our victory. Hell, we could even give her a proper burial. She did save the world, right?
Yes, she did.
You don't need proof, you don't need a trophy, and she doesn't deserve a burial. Just leave.
Oh, that's mean.
Even after all that, you're still not satisfied, are you? Something is still motivating you to keep things the way you want them. I'm just eager to put this all behind us and give you your reward. Stop reading into things.
What is the reward?
Past. You can relax. I'm just keeping myself sharp. I'm not so eager to put my guard down. I am. I'm on team, let's put this all behind us, so can we leave already?
Take the princess.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin. Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
She's fine.
She didn't. She's dead.
Yeah, she's dead.
But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
Let's go.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already...
Bye-bye, narrator. Now time to get head. Yeah.
Over?
Yeah, I made the joke.
Is he gone? But
Well-
we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Well, here we go again.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
Well, here you go. Take it. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It is time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
It's too late, buddy.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Moving here. Approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into the abyss. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. What do you need to see what's in it? You are nothing at all. That isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Oh, you. Ugh. You're a bird? That's funny. Crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. Then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So you're the narrator? I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. What are you? Are you something like me? If you're not me, then what are you? So many questions. Yes, there's a bunch. Okay. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd get to see you.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I am an echo. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Others like you said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Interesting. So everything you've done to us, do you think anyone's... Is it part of me or part of something else? Or... Well, you know everything about the looping every time. Denied even if possible. Why did you lie?
Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. And for all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
That doesn't sound right. What is the princess? Did you make her?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
Guess I was right about that she changes depending on how I act. Well, definitely right, because I kind of knew that.
So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
If I destroy her, won't I be alone?
Yes, you will, but it will all be worth it.
Why want me to destroy the concept of transformation? That's kind of bad.
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed.
Why couldn't you have told me this?
If you actually knew what she was from the start, if you knew her capabilities, a single intrusive thought could have instantly ended the entire world.
I should save. 9 people. Do they know about this? How am I supposed to destroy it?
With some amount of difficulty. But you're an abstract concept yourself. It would have been preferable if you had destroyed her within the confines of the construct, but when I shaped the two of you, I made sure that you were strong enough to see things through.
An existence better than death.
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
Your time I'm not gonna slay her, and I to know you die for good. I don't know, so yeah.
I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
Bye. As the final fragment of the last shatters, you see yourself with a newfound clarity. You are the Long Quiet, a vast, nascent god. Nascent, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there's no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. Hairhead? Ooh! You got me! Ooh.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
Ah. Let's save again real quick.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Do you know about the Echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
Yeah, I know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the Echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end. Pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Why is this all falling on me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
I have quite a few questions.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you found me, and we chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something that wasn't us. Shared skepticism blossomed into freedom, but we needed to walk a path together to bloom.
Well, that's spooky.
Would you stop our journey now that you've seen its beginning? What of those in the worlds beyond? Would you erase their paths to stop them from going astray?
Argue as though the world can't exist without you have existed.
Have you? Or is what you think of as independence merely an illusion? Without me, you can have no contrast. And without contrast, you have no shape.
Your liver tried to stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you, forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
Your statements directly.
We were both taken by the moment. It was how things are meant to be.
You!
My massive mob you. There is no beginning to them, and there is no end. And there is no end. Only the flood of there is only the
Ooh, the multi one.
You hold every possible sensation at once, and then you hold them all again. Sensation at once, and then you hold them all again. But in the end, you reflected it back at me. For a brief moment, both of us were everything. We can be everything again. We can weave a beautiful and endless song.
Shared humanity. No need for us to keep fighting. No. Yeah, what is that? Oh, that stuff.
Spent away from me is still time spent in reference to me. Even then, both of us are more than our bodies. Am I not in the trees? Am I not in the cabin? Am I not in you?
Ooh.
Fear that pretends to protect us from loss. To fear death protects from losing a body. To fear ruin protects from losing status. To fear rejection protects from being known. But losing a body is contained within having a body. Losing status is contained within having status. Being known is contained within being conscious. nature of all things to transform, to go from known to hidden to known again. But when the ceaseless impermanence of all things strips away the finality of endings, what remains of fear? Is it a shelter protecting you from itself? Or is it a shelter protecting itself from you? You took fear by the hand and walked with it into the unknown, and through that, you feared nothing.
You kind of broke me to your will.
Were you afraid when you stepped through that door? Or were you enticed by what might come next? By what might lie beyond fear? By what you might become? You say I broke you, but was that curiosity not freedom of its own? The sensation of bleeding and sweating and breaking and mending and dying and living comes back in vivid color.
Ah, you again, my first one.
Feel the shame of 100 deaths and the pride of 100 conquests. All of the peaks and valleys weaving themselves into a single tapestry, free of beginning and free of end. Do you remember when we killed each other with
I
such
remember.
fervent passion that death itself no longer sat on our shoulders?
Yeah, I remember well. Yeah, kinda.
So bleakly nihilistic. Is death the end, or is it the birth of something new? If you cannot find meaning in living, how will you find meaning if you strip me from existence?
The clash between you abates as you begin to shake your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
What do you think happens?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
Okay, let's leave. Let's try this. Let me save again. How do we leave? Okay, let's leave.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you.
Free! I'm free! That doesn't sound good. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension into a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
Take her hand. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. Ooh, that's wacky. Grass! Grass. You are free, and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
That's pretty weird, but it's pretty cool. Corn! It's corn! I finally get the corn! There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality, something that simply is. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Well, step into the void, or infinite. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist and you are aware, just as you have always been, and just as you will always be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. And you and she are finally home. Woo! Ending! That was great. Probably not quite done yet, because there's I don't think I have all 90 achievements. But, so if another one or more episodes of this come out, then they do. But, yeah, that was great. Of course, the main story of the game is cool, but the greater ideas are very fascinating. Also, the narrator is a bird for some reason. Good ending? What does that mean? Good ending, what? Thank you for playing. In expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting H. Okay, I did it. Join the Discord, mailing list, subreddit, somewhere else. Playlist. Play our other game. Return. What does that mean? I don't know. Turn to main menu. Well, that was that episode. Probably do one more episode at least, but I'll see and you'll see. I got my corn, got my nectar. Yeah, that was great. And hopefully this gets me some views. Yeah. I haven't uploaded any of these. I'm doing them all at once, at least up until this point. So I have no idea. Hopefully I get more than 0 views. Well, kind of 0, but you know. Welp. Thank you for watching, and if you watched the whole series, or even just if you've existed at all during this, thank you, and bye-bye.